Have you ever wondered if the smartphone sitting in your pocket right now is secretly capable of doing far more than you realize? What if I told you that some of the most useful features on your phone are hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone to discover them? Millions of people buy the latest smartphones every year, packed with cutting-edge technology, yet most of them only use a tiny fraction of what these devices can actually do. Imagine paying hundreds or even thousands of dollars for a device, but only unlocking 10% of its real potential. Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? But by the end of this video, you'll never look at your smartphone the same way again. Some of the hacks you're about to discover can save you hours every week. Others can protect your privacy from people who shouldn't have access to your personal information. A few might even extend your phone's battery life so dramatically that you'll wonder why nobody ever told you about them before. And there's one trick near the end of this video that could completely change the way you use your phone every single day. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Think about how often you reach for your phone. The average person checks their smartphone well over 100 times every day. Before breakfast, during work, while eating, before sleeping, and sometimes even in the middle of the night. Smartphones have become our cameras, wallets, GPS devices, gaming consoles, offices, entertainment centers, and communication hubs all rolled into one. But despite using them constantly, most people barely scratch the surface of what they're capable of. Here's the surprising part. Many of the best smartphone features aren't new. They've existed for years, quietly sitting inside your device, completely unnoticed because manufacturers rarely advertise them. Companies spend millions promoting cameras, processors, and flashy new designs, while some of the most practical tools remain hidden inside menus that few people ever open. Why? Because they're designed to be discovered by curious users rather than marketed in commercials. And that's exactly why today's video is different. Instead of talking about expensive upgrades or recommending the newest flagship phone, we're unlocking powerful features that may already be sitting inside the phone you're holding right now. Whether you're using Android or an iPhone, there's a very good chance you'll discover features you've never tried before. Let's start with something almost everyone struggles with: battery life. Have you ever noticed that your phone seems to drain faster on some days than others, even when you're doing the same things? Most people assume their battery is simply getting old. While batteries do wear out over time, that's often only part of the story. The real battery killers are usually running silently in the background. Many apps continue refreshing data, tracking your location, checking for updates, and sending information even when you've completely closed them. They're quietly working while your phone sits in your pocket. Imagine leaving every light in your house turned on all day without realizing it. That's essentially what many smartphones are doing with background processes. One of the easiest ways to improve battery life is by reviewing which apps actually need background activity. Ask yourself a simple question. Does this app really need to know my location every minute of every day? Does every shopping app need to refresh constantly? In many cases, the answer is no. Restricting unnecessary background activity can significantly increase battery life while also improving performance. But battery isn't the only thing these apps consume. Every background process also uses processing power and mobile data. That means your phone isn't just losing battery, it could also be slowing down without you even noticing. This leads to something many users mistake for an aging phone. In reality, their device isn't necessarily old. It's simply overwhelmed by dozens of invisible tasks happening all at once. Now here's something even more surprising. Many people believe charging their phone to 100% every single time is the healthiest option. It sounds logical. After all, a full battery should last longer, right? But modern lithium-ion batteries actually experience less long-term stress when they spend less time sitting at maximum charge. That's one reason many newer smartphones include battery optimization features that intelligently slow charging overnight so your phone reaches full capacity just before you wake up instead of sitting at 100% for hours. It's a small change, but over months and years, it can help preserve battery health. Speaking of battery, have you ever found yourself desperately searching for a charger because your phone suddenly dropped from 20% to 0 far faster than expected? That often happens because battery percentages aren't always perfectly accurate. Temperature, background activity, and battery age all affect how those numbers behave. Understanding this helps explain why two phones showing the same battery percentage can perform completely differently. But let's move on to a hack that has nothing to do with batteries and everything to do with speed. Imagine unlocking your phone and completing a task in half the time you normally would. Sounds impossible. Not really. Most people open an app, search for what they need, tap through multiple menus, and finally reach the feature they're looking for. But both Android and iPhone offer shortcuts that dramatically reduce these extra steps. Long pressing app icons often reveals hidden quick actions. Instead of opening the camera and then selecting selfie mode, you can jump directly into it. Instead of opening your messaging app and searching for your favorite contact, you may be able to start a conversation instantly. These tiny shortcuts save only a few seconds each time, but think about how often you use your phone every day. Saving 5 seconds across 100 interactions adds up to hundreds of hours over an entire year. Now here's a question. How many notifications are waiting on your phone right now? 5, 20, maybe even 50. Notifications were originally created to help us stay informed. Ironically, they've become one of the biggest sources of distraction in modern life. Every vibration pulls our attention away from whatever we're doing. Even worse, many notifications don't actually matter. Social media apps want you to come back. Shopping apps want you to buy something. Games want you to keep playing. News apps compete for your attention every minute of the day. They all fight for one incredibly valuable resource, your focus. Here's the hack. Instead of disabling all notifications, customize them intelligently. Allow messages from family, work, navigation, banking, or anything genuinely important. Silence promotional alerts, unnecessary reminders, and engagement notifications designed purely to increase screen time. Many people who make this one adjustment report feeling noticeably less distracted while still staying connected to what truly matters. But there's another hidden benefit. Reducing unnecessary notifications doesn't just improve concentration. It also reduces battery usage, decreases background activity, and even lowers stress levels. Researchers have found that constant digital interruptions can increase mental fatigue throughout the day. Sometimes the smartest smartphone hack isn't about using more features, it's about removing unnecessary ones. Now let's talk about something that almost nobody thinks about until it's too late: storage. Picture this. You're traveling, watching an incredible sunset, and you raise your phone to capture the perfect photo. Suddenly, a message appears. Storage full. No more pictures. It's frustrating because most people assume photos and videos are the only things filling their phones. In reality, temporary files, duplicate downloads, cached data, forgotten screenshots, old documents, and unused applications quietly consume enormous amounts of storage over time. A quick review every few weeks can free up several gigabytes without deleting anything important. Start by looking through screenshots you've already used, duplicate images, downloads you forgot existed, and apps you haven't opened in months. Many devices even include built-in recommendations that automatically identify large files and unused apps, making cleanup much easier than most people expect. And here's something interesting. A phone with more available storage often feels faster than one that's nearly full. That's because operating systems need free space to manage updates, temporary files, and everyday tasks efficiently. When storage becomes critically low, performance can suffer in surprising ways. So if your phone has been feeling sluggish lately, it may not be getting old at all. It might simply need some breathing room. But everything we've covered so far is just the beginning. Because in the next part of this video, we're diving into smartphone hacks that most people have never even heard of. We'll uncover powerful privacy features that can stop apps from secretly collecting more information than necessary, emergency tools that could genuinely save your life, hidden camera tricks that make ordinary photos look professional, advanced productivity shortcuts that feel almost like magic, and one overlooked feature that security experts recommend everyone should enable immediately. The most valuable smartphone hack of all is still coming, and once you discover it, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. Now, let's uncover the features that can completely transform the way you use your smartphone every single day. Imagine losing your phone tomorrow. Not next month. Not next year. Tomorrow morning. Think about everything that's inside it: your photos, messages, banking apps, passwords, contacts, work documents, memories, and even access to your email accounts. For most people, losing a smartphone isn't just losing a device. It's losing a huge part of their digital life. That's why one of the most powerful smartphone hacks isn't flashy at all. It's preparing for something you hope never happens. Both Android and iPhone include built-in tools that allow you to locate your phone, remotely lock it, display a custom message on the screen, or even erase all your personal data if recovery becomes impossible. Yet millions of users never activate these features. They assume they'll remember to do it later, until later becomes too late. Even more surprising, many people don't realize they should also save emergency medical information on their lock screen. Imagine being unconscious after an accident. Emergency responders may not be able to unlock your phone, but they can often access emergency contacts, allergies, blood type, or medical conditions directly from the lock screen if you've enabled the feature. It takes only a few minutes to set up, but it could make a life-changing difference when every second matters. Now here's another question. How many apps on your phone know exactly where you are right now? The answer might surprise you. When smartphones first introduced location services, they were designed for maps and navigation. Today, countless apps request location access, even apps that have no obvious reason to know where you are. Weather apps, shopping apps, games, social media platforms, and countless others may request your location. Thankfully, modern smartphones now give you much more control. Instead of allowing permanent access, you can choose to share your location only while using an app or even provide an approximate location rather than your exact position. It's a simple adjustment that gives you more privacy without sacrificing convenience. And while we're talking about privacy, here's a feature many people overlook. Your camera and microphone are among the most powerful sensors on your device. Modern operating systems now display indicators whenever an app is actively using them. If you ever notice your microphone or camera being accessed unexpectedly, that's your signal to investigate which app is responsible. It's a small visual cue, but it gives users an important layer of transparency that simply didn't exist a few years ago. Now let's switch gears because the next hack can save you an incredible amount of time. Think about how often you type the same information over and over again. Your email address, your home address, your phone number, replies like "thank you so much," or "I'll get back to you soon." Instead of typing these repeatedly, both major smartphone platforms allow you to create text shortcuts. Imagine typing just 2 or 3 letters, and your phone instantly expands them into an entire sentence. Professionals use this constantly to answer emails faster. Customer support teams rely on similar shortcuts every day, and even casual users can save hundreds of unnecessary keystrokes every week. Small improvements like these don't feel dramatic at first, but over months and years, they quietly add up into hours of saved time. Now let's talk about your camera, because most people never move beyond simply pressing the shutter button. Smartphone cameras have evolved into incredibly sophisticated systems powered by artificial intelligence and advanced image processing. Yet many users leave everything on automatic mode. One of the easiest ways to improve your photos is understanding lighting. Even the world's most expensive camera struggles in poor lighting, while a mid-range smartphone can produce incredible images when the light is right. Simply turning toward a natural light source instead of having it behind your subject can completely transform a photo. Another overlooked trick is cleaning your camera lens. It sounds almost too simple to matter, but your phone spends all day in side pockets, bags, and hands. Dust, fingerprints, and tiny smudges gradually build up on the lens, softening every photo without you realizing it. A quick wipe with a clean microfiber cloth often produces noticeably sharper images instantly. And here's something photographers have known for years. Instead of relying on digital zoom, move closer whenever possible. Digital zoom often crops the image, reducing quality. Physically getting closer usually produces a much sharper result. It's such a simple habit that many people ignore, yet it consistently creates better-looking photos. But perhaps the biggest surprise involves something people use every single day without questioning it. Searching. Whenever you need an app, do you scroll through endless pages looking for it? Most users do. Instead, get into the habit of using your phone's search function. Within seconds, you can launch apps, find contacts, locate photos, search documents, calculate equations, convert units, create reminders, and sometimes even control phone settings, all from one search bar. Once you start using it regularly, it's difficult to imagine going back. Now let's reveal one of the smartest productivity hacks available. Focus modes. Modern smartphones understand that not every moment requires constant connectivity. During work, studying, driving, exercising, or sleeping, you probably don't need every app competing for your attention. Focus modes allow you to create customized environments where only specific people and apps can reach you. Everything else quietly waits until you're finished. It's like giving your brain permission to concentrate without completely disconnecting from the world. Many people report feeling more productive within just a few days of using this feature consistently. Now here's an interesting fact. The most valuable smartphone upgrades don't always come from buying a new phone. Sometimes they arrive through software updates. Every year, manufacturers release improvements that enhance security, fix bugs, improve battery efficiency, introduce new features, and protect users from newly discovered threats. Yet many people postpone updates for weeks, or even months. While it's understandable to wait briefly in case early bugs appear, staying far behind on updates can leave your device vulnerable. Keeping your software reasonably current is one of the simplest ways to improve both security and performance. But before we finish, there's one final mindset shift that changes everything. Most people think the smartest smartphone user is the one who knows every feature. That's not actually true. The smartest users know which features deserve their attention and which ones don't. Your smartphone should serve you. You shouldn't spend your life serving your smartphone. Technology is most powerful when it quietly makes life easier instead of constantly demanding your attention. The best hacks aren't always hidden settings or secret menus. Sometimes they're simple habits: organizing your apps, reducing distractions, protecting your privacy, backing up important memories, using search instead of endless scrolling, and letting your phone automate repetitive tasks so you can spend more time living in the real world. Think about how much time you've already spent using smartphones over the years. Thousands of hours. Now imagine saving just 15 or 20 minutes every day by applying only a handful of the hacks you've learned today. Over the course of a year, that adds up to dozens of hours, time you could spend learning new skills, enjoying hobbies, being with family, or simply relaxing instead of fighting with technology. And perhaps that's the biggest smartphone hack of all. It's not about making your phone more complicated. It's about making your life simpler. If even one of these hacks taught you something new, imagine how many other powerful features are still waiting to be discovered. Technology evolves incredibly fast, and every update brings new possibilities that can genuinely improve the way we work, communicate, create, and live. So before you leave, here's a challenge. Pick just 3 hacks from today's video and start using them for the next 7 days. Don't try to master everything at once. Small improvements, repeated consistently, create the biggest long-term results. Once those become habits, come back and add 3 more. Before long, you'll be using your smartphone smarter than most people ever will. If you enjoyed this video and learned something valuable, don't forget to hit the like button because it helps more people discover these hidden smartphone tips. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive into the fascinating world of technology, gadgets, and digital life. And in the comments below, tell us one smartphone hack that completely changed the way you use your phone, or share a hidden trick that deserves to be featured in a future video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.